Well, good afternoon, everybody. It's me again, James, with Inspired Serenity. I'm calling about a mod that I just did that is really good. A lot of people have been bringing their rigs in and having a problem with USB. I've pointed it out dozens of times on several different videos that it is a problem. I don't believe DJI is going to correct it. So what do? Well, I did one thing just now and it seems to work fine. I have an Android system, so I don't have an iOS requirement. What the problem is very simple. This is your interface card that goes on the back of the radio. Now I'm going to try and hold it up here and show you. I've got enough light, I think, to get it through. And I'll even point to it. You see right right there. That's actually the connections for the USB right there. Those are all badly soldered. I'll kind of go back a little bit and you can probably see it better. So it could be their soldering process, it could be the system that they're using, but quite honestly, that in my opinion is enough to get, some kind of recall. I'm not going to sound horns or anything, but I know that I've taken and resoldered all those and bent the pins to get a tighter grip for the USB connection, and I've solved a lot of problems with this card and then put it back in. Everything is good. But thinking about it, anything that moves is going to break after a while. And I like to be the one that's going to be in the air, not the person sitting there trying to fix stuff. So here's what I've done as a mod. Obviously you see this. Well, here's what I came up with. And it's just a simple Android connector, micro USB. And these are the wires that I've directly soldered to the circuit board that I just showed you. Now, what I can tell you as far as the wiring sequence, the best way of explaining it is this. I need to get a demo one here. If you look at the USB like it is right here, this is the USB. If you spin it and you look at it, it's got a group of wires that go to the actual jack right here. I'll kind of hold it up here. These right here are what I'm talking about. See these wires right here? Boom. I'll tilt it a little bit more. These wires right here. Okay? So if you were to remove this socket and have those wires exposed, there's a total of 4 wires, and then on the outside of this shielding are your ground points that are soldered to the board too. So you got solder point, 4 wires, and then another solder point for this outer shield. All you got to do is take off this outer shield, get rid of the socket, unsolder it if you want to, whatever you want to do, but you're going to need to put the wires soldered to this side because otherwise you won't have room. So I removed the shield, I removed the socket, had those 4 wires and those 2 outside ground points available. And this is the same setup here. So the wiring sequence goes like this. You've got ground, I didn't mess with it. The first of the 4 is red. The second, white. Third is green. And last is black. Then you've got one more off to the side over here for another ground point. Now most of these come with a ground shielding cable on it. It's that braided wire that they wrap around the 4 primary wires just for grounding or shielding. That one I soldered right over here on the side. But again, to make it where it's clear, you have your casing, outer solder connections. Once you remove the casing off, those are free and clear, but they're still a ground point. So you're going to go ground, red, white, green, black, ground point. And with that ground point, that's where I put that outer shielding, is over here on the side. so that I had the shielding still providing some ground. It was simple. It worked fine. And if you guys have any comments about this mod, I've already done it. I've run it with the Phantom 3 Pro and a Phantom 3 Advanced. This is a basic card. This is not the one with the HDMI port on it. But with that connection, everything went smoothly. So if you have any comments, list them down below. Any which way it goes, that's another mod for today.